What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy JD Kiss, you know what I mean? Right now with Christian. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey, all my niggas out there. Let's get right into it. Yeah!
Btbtv. Christian, man. Yo, born, let's get him, man. Yeah, right never off plan. Used to get busy with them guns in my hand. 4 or 5 or a black 9 with a grand in my pocket and beef cool as a fan. Btbtv, we're not playing. Y'all just talk, we back it up and down. Sideways, F what y'all saying. We Kyrie and Kanye. This a boss talk, so you clowns should just fly away. Yeah, hop on the bridge, throw your frame off the highway. This not a game, this is business, this my way. Real talk, your opinion is nothing to us. We gon' stay on chill, long as y'all don't violate. But it's not fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better beware, cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. But we the best, I swear. We the best, I stay up in the mix. A project politics, my mood kinda sick. Name well known from the hood to the sticks. 100 on the highway, flying so fast, burn the gears when I shift. Some people kick dirt on your name, what shoes you gave them. Broke your back for them and they got the nerve to play you. Kick rap's door all pushed and shoved my way through. Bum rush the kitchen, put my floor on the menu. The jealousy be hitting up in jokes. That's why I stay serious like David Banner turned in the Hulk in pure form like the Pope. Haters get infrared beams with the scope, so wanna get ghosts. We fight good, boxing like Floyd on the ropes. I'm the great black hope. Man, we the team and they know it coast to coast and it just ain't fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better beware, cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. We the best, if you with us, put your lighters in the air. No, it just ain't fair. Btbtv. Just ain't fair, man. Yeah. Yeah, they gon' see, they gon' see.
I guess what made me go back, really,
Could we use your house to trial our 24-hour bathroom upgrade system? We're looking for homeowners within.
Yo, yeah, we about to get it popping today, man. Yeah. Everybody come on up in here. King New Jersey, Btbtv. Let's get it.
Show them how we do this, man. Btbtv.
We bully the bullies. No
run, no retreat. Yeah.
Btbtv.
One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow niggas. Right. Yo, John Gotti flow, rap Pablo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching, like yo, I gotta post. I wake up every day mission, million dominoes, bodies drop, rock stick like hollow toes. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything, they said I couldn't have, got that and then some, and then some. My ones on overload, say y'all overdose. Rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope. The okie doke, we don't go for that. Harsh stroke, another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide foes who wanna play to them gun scream. Adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie, curtain closed. Nowadays, your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder, won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends. What they veins say we can't miss. We can hit the target with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brain. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the foe who won the play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting till they like movie, curtain closed.
Yo,
yeah.
Btbtv. It's the movement, my nigga.
It's the movement, man. You're born. You're born, let's get him. Let's get him. Kaz, we up in here, man. Hood famous.
Yo. Salam alaikum.
Wow, they can snap to like the God through born. What's up, boy?
Yo, check this out. First of all, let me say peace to the 5% nation of guys and earths. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahman to all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. What's popping, what's cracking to the Bloods and the Crips. Yo, it's the King of New Jersey. This is Btbtv. We bully the bullies. And for you black Israelite, shalom. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it like this, man. Yo, we got a show for y'all today, bruh. We got a show for y'all this evening, man. That's going to blow some people's minds. You know what SV Twiz, do you know what an 11C 1C is in the feds?
I don't 100% know. Besides what you sent me, you can explain it way better than I can.
All right, like you know how they got the 501k plan, the 501k thing.
Yeah, I heard it. That 501k.
The 11C 1C is a souped up 501k. Well, I said souped up. It's like 501k 2.0.
Damn.
Matter of fact,
501k on steroids.
On steroids. So before I'm explaining, I'm gonna let this white boy lawyer explain to you real quick. Hold on, where's it at? Here we go, right here, y'all. This is fair use. We're gonna let him explain it to y'all.
C1 Ryan Pasiga, and today I'm going to talk about what's called a federal 11C1C plea agreement. And that is that in federal court, typically speaking, if a defendant decides to work out an agreement with the government and plead guilty, they'll do a normal Rule 11 plea or Rule 11B plea. And that means that the prosecution and defense agree to have the defendant plead to one or several counts in an indictment. In exchange, the government may dismiss other counts in the indictment, and that the parties might agree or not that certain aggravating factors will apply or not, and that they'll guess at what a guideline range might come in at. The problem with pleas like that, and those are the most common, by the way, is that it doesn't bind the federal judge at all. And so the federal judge will look at a guideline calculation to begin their analysis of where the sentence ought to be, but then they can depart upward or downward, and it's fairly easy for them to do that because the guidelines are only advisory. And so once in a while, you want an 11C1C plea agreement, especially if you're the defendant, and that is because if you have particularly ugly facts and you're worried that a judge might want to give you more time than what the guidelines call for, or a higher end of the guidelines sort of sentence, then you want that predictability that you're going to get no more time than whatever you and the prosecution agree to. And so you can basically cap it off at a certain number of years or months. And again, you got to be careful what you ask for, because many times we're able to get sentences, most of the time actually, that are below the guideline range. But once in a while, the particular facts of a case are really bad, or the defendant's criminal history is so bad that we're worried that a particular federal judge might want to sentence them beyond even what the prosecution might think would be a reasonable sentence. And for that reason, that's one good reason to lock in an 11C1C. You don't automatically get to do those. That is that rarely the government will agree to them, but once in a while they will agree. And I've had the government agree to it before. But that's only part of it. The other part of it is that the federal judge has to agree to an 11C1C. One trick to watch out for is that the initial language
Let me go back a little bit for y'all.
plea
I got cross in the building.
agreement
Cross,
might
salute,
say
cross.
Salute everybody, salute.
and
Let me go back so everybody can see.
I am
here.
criminal defense attorney Ryan Pasiga,
It's fair
and
use, fair
today
use.
I'm going
It's
to
for
talk about what's
entertainment,
called a
education
federal
purposes only.
11C1C plea agreement. And that is that in federal court, typically speaking, if a defendant decides to work out an agreement with the government and plead guilty, they'll do a normal Rule 11 plea or Rule 11B plea. And that means that the prosecution and defense agree to have the defendant plead to one or several counts in an indictment. In exchange, the government may dismiss other counts in the indictment, and that the parties might agree or not that certain aggravating factors will apply or not, and that they'll guess at what a guideline range might come in at. The problem with pleas like that, and those are the most common, by the way, is that it doesn't bind the federal judge at all. And so the federal judge will look at a guideline calculation to begin their analysis of where the sentence ought to be, but then they can depart upward or downward, and it's fairly easy for them to do that because the guidelines are only advisory. And so once in a while, you want an 11C1C plea agreement, especially if you're the defendant, and that is because if you have particularly ugly facts and you're worried that a judge might want to give you more time than what the guidelines call for, or a higher end of the guidelines sort of sentence, then you want that predictability that you're going to get no more time than whatever you and the prosecution agree to. And so you can basically cap it off at a certain number of years or months. And again, you got to be careful what you ask for, because many times we're able to get sentences, most of the time actually, that are below the guideline range. But once in a while, the particular facts of a case are really bad, or the defendant's criminal history is so bad that we're worried that a particular federal judge might want to sentence them beyond even what the prosecution might think would be a reasonable sentence. And for that reason, that's one good reason to lock in an 11C1C. You don't automatically get to do those. That is that rarely the government will agree to them, but once in a while they will agree. And I've had the government agree to it before. But that's only part of it. The other part of it is that the federal judge has to agree to an 11C1C. One trick to watch out for is that the initial language in an 11C1C plea agreement might say that it binds the government or the particular prosecution office in the district that your client's being or the defendant is being prosecuted in, but that it doesn't bind the judge necessarily. Well, that really takes out all of the effect of an 11C1C and the purpose of it. The rule itself specifically says that if a judge accepts an 11C1C plea agreement, then they are bound to sentence according to what the number is in the agreement, the number of months or the number of years. So you have to not only have the prosecution agree to an 11C1C, but then the judge, and that can be tough. Most judges will not agree to an 11C1C right at the change of plea hearing itself. So after you reach a plea agreement with the government, you have to go into court and enter into the plea hearing. And at that hearing, the judge will make sure that the defendant knows their rights, that they're giving up their trial rights, all of the constitutional protections that come with a criminal case, and that there's really no taking it back once the judge accepts it. But most judges want to see what's called the pre-sentence report, or PSR, before they commit to accepting an 11C1C plea. And so what they want to make sure is that they've got a good handle on the defendant's criminal history, a good handle on the relevant facts in the case and the allegations, and any other information that they think would be necessary to make a determination that an 11C1C plea is fair. because, for example, if someone's agreeing to a 5 or 10 year sentence and the judge finds out that there's a whole lot of bad history about a defendant, or there are really particular bad facts, the judge might say, this is too light, I don't approve of it. And then the defendant is able to undo their plea and continue proceeding on towards a trial. And sometimes the parties can rework another agreement or another 11C1C, or come to other agreements in the case, maybe dismissing other counts or things like that. So it doesn't mean that automatically a case has to go to trial if the judge doesn't accept an 11C1C, but obviously it's not the ideal situation. So a couple ways to help get a judge to accept an 11C1C agreement, obviously, is first, that the defendant behaves that during the time that they're either in custody awaiting a change of plea hearing and then awaiting sentencing, or if they're out of custody, that they're behaving as well and complying with all conditions of pretrial release. If you pick up a new charge or any other offensive behavior that violates pretrial release, or you get in trouble while you're in custody, either by getting in fights or the like, you could really undo your chances of getting an 11C1C accepted by the judge when you return for a sentencing hearing, which is after the PSR comes back. So after the change of plea hearing and 11C1C, then the defendant will have to go through a pre-sentence review. And that means meeting with U.S. probation, and the defendant's attorney should attend that meeting with them to make sure that nothing goes awry during that meeting with U.S. probation when they begin to prepare the pre-sentence report. And that can be a lengthy process. Each district is different. And then after that, the defense has an opportunity to object or disagree with any of the findings.
All right, A. Reed. All right, what's up? Salute to A. Reed, man. Got my boy Cross the Plug on the platter.
Cross in the building, Mac Mizzle.
Mac Mizzle.
Salute to everybody.
Yo, Cross, let me ask you a question, bro. Now, I want you to explain, because you explain pretty much better than I do. What is the 11C1C, and how did Meech get caught up in that before we play the video?
I didn't hear you. What you say now?
What is the 11C1C, and what did Meech do to get that before we play the video?
Well, like the 11C1C is basically like, when they talk about the proffers, the 5K1s, all that. What that does is like he said, is a very rare situation. What it does is it takes away the authority of the courts, right? So the DA doesn't have any control. So basically what it says is they skip through the hold on for a sec. Yeah, they skip through the DA, and now they just go straight with a conversation with the judge. So if the range, if you look at it, watch the video when they talk about the range. So if you do that in the range, remember the range was 30 years minimum. Well, they can't give him the range. They have to give him basically a special perk. And it's very rare that somebody gets those type of deals from 11C. So you'll see in his imprisonment part, it'll say the 11C1C in there.
All right, now I'm gonna let y'all hear Meech's case real quick. This is Big Meech's case real quick. There's proof in black and white. I want y'all to listen to it and do the knowledge. All of us.
Historic street figure Demetrius Flannery, aka Big Meech, stood in front of the judge. He was here to enter a guilty plea,
fair use.
finally bringing some closure to this battle for his freedom. Over the years, things would be pretty quiet for Meech. That is, until an old friend by the name of Cuffy Gatlin would release court documents accusing Meech of setting him up through a third party by the name of Tammy Cowens. The accusations would seem to fall on deaf ears until the loud voice of 50 Cent echoed them throughout the hip-hop community. Following 50 Cent's explosion, the internet would go into an uproar, with many people attempting to decipher whether Meech cooperated or not. Documents would surface proving that Tammy was CS1, the confidential informant who was responsible for initiating the investigation that led to Cuffy's arrest. And Tammy would testify during a suppression hearing that she entered into the informant agreement in order to get a time cut for Demetrius Flannery. Still, there was no documentation other than Tammy's word that she was doing this on Meech's behalf, or was there?
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, 100.
In order to truly understand the relationship between Meech and Tammy, You will have to go back before Cuffy's indictment to the date of Meech entering his guilty plea. During the November 19th plea hearing, the judge would question Meech about the terms of his agreement with the government. The court: have you read the indictment? The defendant: yes. The court: have you discussed with your lawyer the charges, particularly counts 3 and 10, which you intend to plead guilty to? The defendant: yes. The court: in count 3, the offense is continuing criminal enterprise. Do you know what maximum punishment under law is for that? The defendant: yes, life. The court: count 10 is money laundering. Do you know what the maximum punishment under law for that is? The defendant: I think 20. The court: that's right. Has anyone threatened you or forced you to plead guilty? The defendant: no, sir. The court: there has been a plea agreement. Mr. Eisen, on the CCE, Your Honor, there is a mandatory minimum as well. The court: okay, well, I asked him if he understands the maximum under law. There has been a plea agreement between you and the government, right? The defendant: yes. The court: what's your understanding of the agreement? The defendant: that I won't be enhanced. The court: pardon? The defendant: that I couldn't be. The court: well, first of all, what's the sentencing range? The defendant: 30 to life. The court: and on the basis of the guidelines? The defendant: right. The court: that's a recommended? The defendant: right. The court: and that takes into account your criminal history and the nature of your offenses? The defendant: right. The court: and there's a minimum, right? The defendant:
My boy, what's
30.
good? Hold parts up, y'all.
The court: 20 years, right? Mr. Eisen.
Parts up. Let me shout out my boy, man. Got the New York stepper in here. Uda on the go. Yo, what I'm gonna do is, bro, I'm gonna rewind it so you can hear it. This is the 11. This is 11C1C that Meech took. Hey, Ray Cross. Let them know what the 11C1C is real quick again before we start back up.
So again, like I said again, a lot of people don't know the 11C1C. Like again, it's just like a 5K1. Different. The 11C1C will allow you to exclude the DA having control over the range of the sentence. And that means that in the basically your lawyer and the prosecutor basically steps aside, and you and your lawyer and the judge, the federal judge, then by what you submit based off the what they call the pre-sentences and how many crimes and what you done, the judge is very rare that the judge will then allow you basic grace. So then the judge can never go back and alter, or the DA can never go back and change what they do. So if you say, hey, you know how, like you say, a plea agreement, that's the only time, and it's a rare occasion that you're considered like basically whatever you done did to tail because you had to cooperate. And the cooperation between you, judge, and the government. So it excludes the DA and now the judge. So if the judge, that's why when Meech was able to do it, if you're going to listen to the paperwork, it says the range, because feds go off point system. So the range was 30 years to life. Well, when he said, you heard him say about the 30 years, and then they're going to go back and you're going to be like, what? 30 years? Because 30 years is supposed to be the minimum, but really the minimum for Meech was 20 years. That's why he technically really got the 20 years.
Yeah.
So you'll hear a lot about it. And then if you look at his imprisonment at the end of the paperwork, it said based off the statute of 11C1C. So if you go and you look that up, anybody look that up, it'll tell you exactly what that is.
Yo, Uda, did you look it up? Well, I sent it to you.
But the 1C?
The 11C1C.
Now I heard about it though, because I heard about it. Niggas told me about that charge before, that crime, yeah. So I heard
Well,
about it
so,
before, but I don't know the particulars of the case, but of the charge itself. But yeah.
yo,
Yeah,
so
because what it does, it takes away like a 5K. It would take
Yeah.
away from somebody exposing who the confidential. That's why when Meech probably told Cuffy and said, "I ain't got nothing to do with it. My name ain't in the paper," because it was an addendum that was made. He
Yeah.
was supposed to sign the paper by November 5th. He didn't sign it till November the 9th. Well, the addendums and stuff was put in to make sure stuff was redacted that he said, if that makes sense. So that's
That makes
why
total sense.
you never saw him in the paperwork.
But that makes total sense. But no, also to that same point though, at one point, Cuffy says in 2013 he was introduced to a Mexican guy. He said 2013, Meech called him from prison. And Meech was like, yo, what up, bro? We gotta get it. Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get to the money. You know what I'm saying? So he's like,
Right.
yo, listen, I can't talk on his phone that long, but hit Tammy. Tammy gonna put you on all the particulars. Boom. He said he hit Tammy. When he hit Tammy, Tammy puts him on to a Mexican dude. He meets this Mexican guy. He said for the
Right.
first confrontation with the Mexican dude kind of rubbed him wrong because he probably came up talking about, yo, son, how much you pay for that car? You pay full price? But these is rich people. So that probably threw him off. Like, what's up with this nigga? You scheme or
Yep.
something? He fell back from Duke. But now, 5 years later, when he get the discovery in his case now, listen, because this speaks to the point you're saying, right? Five
Yeah.
years
And
later,
then
when he gets the discovery in his case, keep this.
right.
When he gets the
And then to add to that, again, I said November the 5th, 2007. We got to take that date into account. 2007 is when Meech cooperated. 2010 is when Tammy got involved to help Meech. But Meech had already started cooperating from 2007. He was before Tammy was the informant. Meech was assigned as the informant under the 11C1C in 2007.
Okay, so this is why Cuffy. So this is why that me without a point. This point that I'm making is that this is why Cuffy now, right? So Cuffy says that same Spanish nigga that he met that he never talked to. He said, when he got his case discovery though, his discovery of his case, he said that Mexican guy was in his case, bro, as a confidential
Right,
source.
because that was a 5K1. So you can
Yeah.
be able to go and file for a motion like Cuffy did to be able to pull those CIs out. Well, that's why Meech was never in it, because Meech's paperwork was redacted
Meech is in it.
all the way back from again. Remember, in 2007 he got busted, and then 3 years later she joined his team. So he already, that's why I think she was pissed, because she like, damn, I did all this to help you. And if you look at it, Meech already knew what was going on. I mean, think about it. In order for her to be a CI to help Meech, Meech had to bring the feds to her.
Now she was already working since 2007 with Terry. But look, she been working, bro. She been working. But look, right? The thing is this though. In 2018 is what I'm saying though, right? When he gets the paperwork of his discovery, the Mexican nigga is in his paperwork as a confidential source. But it said that he was introduced to him, the Mexican nigga, the confidential source was introduced to him by another confidential source. Remember, they retracted Meech's name out of the paperwork. Because Cuffy is saying that person who introduced me to the Mexican nigga is Meech, bro. He called me from jail, bro. But they took his name out of the paperwork in that sense, like in that same sense, like what you talking about.
Right. Facts.
all right. So I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Yo, hold up. Y'all see the name, right? United States of America plaintiff, Honorable Avery Cohn versus Demetrius Edward Flannery II, defendant. All right, let's start, yo. So everybody know this is a
historic street figure. Demetrius Flannery, aka Big Meech, stood in front of the judge. He was here to enter a guilty plea, finally bringing some closure to this battle for his freedom. Over the years, things would be pretty quiet for Meech. That is, until an old friend by the name of Cuffy Gatlin would release court documents accusing Meech of setting him up through a third party by the name of Tammy Cowens. The accusations would seem to fall on deaf ears until the loud voice of 50 Cent echoed them throughout the hip-hop community. Following 50 Cent's explosion, the internet would go into an uproar, with many people attempting to decipher whether Meech cooperated or not. Documents would surface proving that Tammy was CS1, the confidential informant who was responsible for initiating the investigation that led to Cuffy's arrest. And Tammy would testify during a suppression hearing that she entered into the informant agreement in order to get a time cut for Demetrius Flannery. Still, there was no documentation other than Tammy's word that she was doing this on Meech's behalf, or was there? In order to truly understand the relationship between Meech and Tammy, you would have to go back before Cuffy's indictment, to the date of Meech entering his guilty plea. During the November 19th plea hearing, the judge would question Meech about the terms of his agreement with the government. The court: have you read the indictment? The defendant: yes. The court: have you discussed with your lawyer the charges, particularly counts 3 and 10, which you intend to plead guilty to? The defendant: yes. The court: in count 3, the offense is continuing criminal enterprise. Do you know what maximum punishment under law is for that? The defendant: yes, life. The court: count 10 is money laundering. Do you know what the maximum punishment under law for that is? The defendant: I think 20. The court: that's right. Has anyone threatened you or forced you to plead guilty? The defendant: no, sir. The court: there has been a plea agreement. Mr. Eisen: on the CCE, Your Honor, there is a mandatory minimum as well. The court: okay, well, I asked him if he understands the maximum under law. There has been a plea agreement between you and the government, right? The defendant: yes. The court: what's your understanding of the agreement? The defendant: that I won't be enhanced. The court: pardon? The defendant: that I couldn't be. The court: well, first of all, what's the sentencing range? The defendant: 30 to life. The court: and on the basis of the guidelines? The defendant: right. The court: that's a recommended? The defendant: right. The court: and that takes into account your criminal history and the nature of your offenses? The defendant: right. The court: and there's a minimum, right? The defendant: 30. The court: 20 years, right? Mr. Eisen, which happens to be the prosecutor: that's by statute, Your Honor. The court: yes, by law. But there's also a provision in the agreement, isn't there, that I can't? At this point, Meech's attorney immediately interjects. As soon as the government begins to talk about the provision and the court begins to talk about the provision, Meech's attorney immediately interjects. He doesn't want that part to go on the record. No, the agreement is that the guidelines are 30 to life, but, and then the judge stopped him and says, let me do it. He said, okay, I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
Now, it's important to note that during this segment of the hearing, the judge has established that Meech has entered into a plea agreement and that his statutory guidelines range was 30 to life. For those who don't know what a statutory guidelines range is, the United States Federal Sentencing Guidelines are rules published by the United States Sentencing Commission that set out a uniform policy for sentencing individuals and organizations convicted of felonies and serious Class A misdemeanors in the United States federal court system.
Paying your bills on time raises your credit score, right? Wrong. In fact, this is one of the 3.
Now, let's continue.
All right, now, y'all heard that, right? All right, what was your thoughts on that? What that sound like to you, like that the lawyer was trying to do? Hide Meech's name, right? From the whole case.
Yeah. Try to retract him, try to get him out of there.
Right, and they were playing to the documentation. That's why he says, let me do it, because he was like, no, it's 20 years. Because really the technical guidelines is 30 in life. But that's when the judge said, let me do it, because on record, it's got to show he fell under the guidelines of 30 years of life. Other than that, it would automatically show he was snitching.
All right, let's go back.
Court: you know that's why I took the job. However, the court must impose a sentence of imprisonment on count 3 of at least 20 years. Mr. Feinberg: yes. The court: that's a provision of the agreement, right? Mr. Feinberg: yes. The defendant, on both counts. The court, well, I understand, but there is a provision that I have to give you at least 20 years. The defendant, right. The court, and if I don't, the government can withdraw from this deal. The defendant, right. Now, right here, the judge has documented another portion of Meech's plea agreement with the government. So we now know that based on this provision that Meech has, his guideline range is 30 to life. And there is an agreement with the government that the judge must give him at least 20 years or the government can back out. Let's continue. The court. Okay, when you go to prison, after you get out, there's a period of supervised release. The defendant, yes. The court, right? The defendant, yes. There is also a $200 special assessment, right? The defendant, yes. And I can impose a fine on either count up to $250,000, right? The defendant, yes. And if I let you withdraw your plea for any reason, they can use these statements made here today against you, right? The defendant, I guess, yes. The court, okay. And there is also a forfeiture, but there is nothing specific set forth in the forfeiture, right? The defendant, right. And if I accept this agreement and we go forward, any other charges against you are dismissed, right? The defendant, yes. And if
All right, I need to ask you a question. The forfeiture. So that's where they take everything he owned, right?
Right. But they never assess what the forfeiture was.
That's what I'm talking about. So,
right.
So what I'm thinking is, Meech, he told us so many people that he ain't have to give up what he owned. To be honest. Am I right or wrong? They said they ain't do no forfeiture. So Big Meech still supposed to have some money left somewhere. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm not.
Nah, man, don't work like that, man.
Oh, you from Canada, bro. It's America.
Federal.
All right, let's go back. I was just asking the question because we got a lot of intelligent brothers up here. SB Twiz, did you hear what I was hearing, or am I thinking too much into it? Twiz.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to 12.
I'm right here. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, okay, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Did you hear? Yeah, we hear you. Now, what you think about that? It said with the forfeiture, that they ain't take no forfeit. They have no forfeiture on his properties. So what did that mean? That they ain't take his money, right?
Yeah, that mean they ain't take none of his belongings like the feds normally do. Your stuff,
right.
When you on that type of level, you know, they snatching everything. They don't care if you did. I forgot who it was. It might have been. It actually was the guy Rollo. Remember when he got booked? They took the cars he got for his mom and all that. Like, so when they come, especially for them type trap joints, they gonna take everything that they gonna try to say that you spun that money to get, and they gonna hold everything. They freezing bank accounts and everything.
All right, hold up.
They definitely gave him the like they said, it's very, when you heard that lawyer first, it's very rare that a judge will even do that. So in order, he must have gave up some pretty good, and y'all gonna see in this video, he giving up some pretty good stuff, dog. That's why I said for him to be able to pull that off and do that, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Uda, what you think about that, Uda? What you think about that?
Sound wild. It sounds shaky, bro. You know, we know that when the feds come, they take everything, bro. You already know.
That's what I'm saying. For real.
It's like in the case of Tammy when she set up her fucking ex-lover, Terry White. They locked him up. It was a big weed case. They gave him 90 months or something. They forfeited all his stuff. And so much so, informants get paid percentage of the seizure. She got $55,000, nigga, out of the seizure of Terry White. So that goes to show you. They be taking all your stuff. They take your cars, put it in the Fed auction. So why didn't they do that?
We're about to find out right now. We're gonna find out right now. They're gonna say it right now. Hold up. Hey, yo, this shit's so messy, bro. You gonna hear it, man. This is messy. This is some dirty work.
If we don't exceed what the agreement says, you have no right to appeal, right? The defendant, right? And if it should turn out that your criminal history is different than that which you have all agreed upon, I can go higher, right? But you can't get out of it. Here, the judge is informing Meech that if some new information comes out, or if he leaves something out when assisting the probation officer, that the judge can go higher than what the agreed upon max is. Meech would expose that max with his reaction. The defendant, go higher than what, 30? The court, yeah, I don't know how I can go higher because I think that there's a provision, is there not? Mr. Leibson, who was the other prosecuting attorney, would chime in and say, there is a standard provision, but it's essentially moot. If you don't know what the word moot means in a court of law, an issue or case being moot means that it has lost its practical significance because the underlying controversy has been resolved one way or another. So now that we have reviewed the transcripts of the plea hearing, these are the things that we know from Meech's own acknowledgement. Based on his criminal history points and relevant conduct, his guideline range was 30 to life.
Hey, Robert Hertrup from Shark Tank. I'm a huge fan. Hey, what is your #1 tip for saving money?
Easy. Pay off your credit card debt as soon as possible. And there's actually a way to do that without paying the full amount.
What if I can't afford to pay more every month?
You actually don't have to pay more. In fact, your monthly payments go down, and they can go down as much as 40%.
So monthly payments go down, total debt goes down, and
We're
I can be out
born
of
at.
debt that fast. So what do I need to do?
Thousands of people have done this. It's insane how well it works. Have you seen the video I've made? It explains everything. If you've got credit card debt or personal loan debt, you know it can weigh on you. Those interest rates compound daily.
You're born.
You can keep
Yeah.
moving the debt around, maybe take out a personal loan, but eventually it
I'm right
starts
here, I'm
to
right
feel
here,
like
I'm
a
right here.
situation
Also.
you're never going to get out of. But here
He then made an agreement with the government, and based on that agreement, he would plead guilty. And in exchange, the court would not be able to give him less than 20 years, but the government would agree to seek no more than 30 years. We also learned that there is a provision that would allow for Meech to get more than 30 years, but based on his agreement, that provision was moot. Now let's break down what this means. A guidelines range of 30 to life means Meech can get no less than 30 years if convicted. By entering into this plea agreement, Meech was turning his minimum of 30 years into his maximum and lowering his minimum down to 20 years. This signifies that Meech made an agreement with the government for a downward departure. If you don't know what a downward departure is, a downward departure is when the federal judge imposes a defendant a sentence that is lower than the minimum sentence that was suggested by the sentencing guidelines. Now, not every downward departure is bad. As I just mentioned, it usually happens when a judge deviates from the guidelines because you may have been less involved than others or may have some special circumstances like a learning disability or something. The judge might just feel the sentence is too steep, but the government agreeing to a downward departure signifies that a defendant has cooperated or assisted them in some way. Before we move forward, I want to demonstrate to you all the types of games that the courts play. If you look at Meech's actual plea agreement on paper, you will see that there is a difference in the terms that are shown and the terms that were mentioned in the courtroom. The plea agreement actually includes a clause that said it will be void if not signed by March 6th of 2007.
Yeah,
But
man,
it shows that
March
Meech
6th.
didn't sign it until November 14th of 2007. So the actual plea agreement that you can go look up on the docket is not a true representation of the terms that were presented in the courtroom that day.
Right.
In fact, if you look at the date of the actual plea hearing, it was 5 days later on November 19th, 2007. They made several oral amendments to the agreement, which they were entitled to do so legally. But by doing it this way, they also ensured that the true details of the agreement would not be in the actual copy that would show up on the docket for the public to view. That still leaves the question of why would the government agree to a downward departure? To find this information out, we have to look at Meech's sentencing hearing. In a sentencing hearing, both parties get to present evidence. Usually, the government will argue why you should get a higher sentence, presenting what we call aggravating factors. On the other hand, the defense will argue for a lower sentence, presenting what we call mitigating factors. In this instance, the government presented no aggravating
Salute,
factors and
APTV.
simply
Salute.
asked that the
Salute.
defendant
Peace,
be
peace.
placed near his family in Atlanta. In mitigation, the defense would simply argue that Meech was responsible for getting his brother Terry to plead guilty and that he should get credit for that. The judge would ask, are
Pause
you
that,
saying that the
boy.
government should make...
You hear that? He wanted to get, because he talked his brother into pleading guilty so he can get a reduced charge.
Yeah, because they were gonna arrest their mom still, so they all took a
Nah, don't got nothing to do with it. Don't got nothing to do with the mom, bro. He talked his brother into pleading guilty.
Right.
Remember when they put him in a room together? He went there and talked to his brother to come out of 30 years. Well, he knew he was only taking
the reason why they got investigated in the first place. Terry on the phone talking crap and all that, talking about,
yo, bro.
you want to do this and that to his brother. Yo, bro. Sometimes
Yo.
you gotta plead out.
Yo, Mac Menzel. Mac, I can't hear you, Mac. You breaking up, man. You ain't. Can y'all hear Mac good?
I can hear him a little bit, a little muffled. I can hear him.
You're a little muffled, Mac. That's what I'm trying to say. You're a little muffled.
We couldn't hear you, Mac. What was you saying?
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit. It sounds like you're far away from the phone.
All right, let me do something here real quick.
Hey, yo, Twins, did you hear that though?
Yeah, I heard it, man. I heard it. They running him up.
Yo, he talked to his brother to take that 30 years, but he knew he was gonna get 20 or less. You know what I'm saying? He already had made his deal.
My whole thing is, if all this paperwork coming out now, how was he able to walk them yards? I always heard the feds don't play that. They be heavy on the paperwork and all that. How these guys be walking through these jails untouched, and then they come home, and then everybody get to expose the paperwork. But I thought people did nothing but throw paperwork parties in the feds.
We do, bro. We do. Out in the feds, we do. But that 11C, 1C thing, that's some shit I didn't even know about, bro. That's just like some super. That's like the super.
Right. So that's what he's saying. He's saying by the time, because it was supposed to have been signed, right? All that agreement, they waited 5 days later to redact or to put in some of the stuff taken out. So he didn't sign it to the end. So the new paperwork that everybody's got is the 5 days later paperwork. So if he went in the feds, that's the paperwork that they would see. They wouldn't see that he asked for a reduction because he talked his brother into pleading guilty. You're gonna see a lot of other stuff what he said about his brother in here.
There we go. Let's go back to it, yo. Yo, Twins, you listening, right? Ain't this shit crazy, bro?
Yeah, that shit out of pocket, bro.
Here we go.
Make a motion for substantial assistance, to which he responded, no. Of course, we've seen all along the lengths his attorney has gone through to make sure that no evidence of his cooperating shows up on the paperwork. So his quick denial was expected, but it was still almost like the judge was saying, are you saying that this deal isn't good enough? Some of you may be sitting here questioning, why would Meech's attorney feel like he should get a deal for getting his brother to plead out? Well, let's break it down. According to the investigation in this case, Meech and Terry were identified as the two heads of this organization. During Meech's plea hearing, not only did he admit to his role, but he also agreed to admit he supervised 5 people named in the conspiracy and that at least 3 transactions he was directly involved in. This meant that 5 people who were under Meech,
J-Bo, Blue Da Vinci, and a couple other motherfuckers, yo.
See? It's crazy work, bro. Crazy work. So he was there present of the transaction, at least the 5 people that he admitted that he was involved with the transaction, bro, of the dealing. That's crazy.
Yo, Twiz.
a plea deal, though. You have to admit to something. No?
We can't hear you like that, Matt.
Matt, you come back here, yo. We can't hear you muffled real bad, yo.
Like this, with this hit in the air, then it just had you thinking, like, so it make you double think about people like Prince that came home and stuff like that. It's like, it gotta be a lot more to these guys that was in these Fed joints that had 1,000,000 years, and then, because even with Meech, he still did he still did years, even though he did that. You dig what I'm saying? So I guess they do that to play it off, just like
because you got to remember, Twiz, a super kingpin in the federal statute, super kingpin drug charges, automatic life. If you are leading a syndicate selling drugs and you're financing your whole thing through money and drugs, what happens is you automatically, with the possibility, you look it up, super kingpin charge, no probation, no parole, nothing. You automatically life. So when you hear these dudes that claim that they're the super kingpins and they go to jail and they say, oh, I got 30 years, then that doesn't make sense, because guess why? Because El Chapo ain't out. He ain't told. I know he's still up in there. That's what I'm saying. So you got to start asking yourself this. But it get crazy in this video. It get crazy.
Oh, here we go. Let's go back. Then
it's normally 2/3 of your sentence. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Feds do 85%. I was like, you do 85%. Easy.
Even if
85% off the rip, there's no. They go by a point system, not like states where you go back and fight it and say, man, I don't want that time. Feds is point system. It's based off of that. You're going to do your time 85% of that.
So say if you get 100 years, you're doing 85 years, nigga.
Yeah, but Meech is in a halfway house right now.
No, he's not. He's on. Listen. He's not in the halfway house, bro. He's on a bracelet. He's on a federal bracelet, living with his baby mother right now.
Yeah, he was about to throw the party last night, so he couldn't be on. He couldn't have been in. You know what I'm saying? In a halfway house if he was going to be at the party for a show.
He probably couldn't even had that strap on for him to be at a party. That go against everything.
That's why I said I don't know who. That's why I don't know why would you even go to that.
And you know the funny thing is, what the funny thing about it is, Rick Ross tricked him out of all that money he could have got from the BMF series if he would have kept going in the movie to gas him up about a little bit of change. You know what I'm saying?
This just show you that it don't matter how much time some people do, you still come home and be done. After all them years, bro, you should be slowing it up. You do the time with your family and all that. He trying to rush with rappers and do parties and all that.
But you got to think about it. The nigga dropped out of high school in 10th grade, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing people don't realize. Again, you got to think about it. If 2007, then they say in 2007 he became an informant or a snitch or told, and Tammy didn't link up and become one to 2010, and we still talking about Tammy's one. What that make you think Meech ain't one?
No. Tammy snitched before that. Some dude named Perry or something.
Oh, so he about it. No, listen to you. Got to watch the rest of the video. Watch the video.
Tammy didn't start talking until like 2009, bro. That's when she turned her boyfriend in. And for people that don't know, her boyfriend used to bring her up to the sea meets.
That's what I'm saying. Watch this. Let's finish watching this video. I ain't breaking it down. Somebody asked too. I don't know. Somebody asked, if you don't mind, pause. Somebody asked about what is Title 21. I do not know what is Title 21.
I'm gonna look at it right now. I'm looking at it right now while I got to pause. Hold on 1 second.
That's a good question. I did not look up and see what Title 21
was. Title 21 refers to both the Code of Federal Regulations, CFR, and the United States Code of Government Food and Drugs in the United States. Code of Federal Regulations. Title 21 of the CFR is for rules of the Food and Drug Administration. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he just violated the drug policy laws in the United States. Okay, go ahead. You can play.
They were identified by Meech if they went to trial. Among those people who were still waiting to go to trial at the time were Meech's brother Terry, Wayne Joyner, Brian Garrett, and Kim Williams. Based on Meech's deal, if T went to trial, Meech's word could be used against his brother and others. The only way to avoid that was to convince T himself to take a plea deal. By pleading out, T would essentially be incriminating his connect, admitting that whatever they had against him, connecting him to T, was valid. And Meech's lawyer wanted Meech to get credit for all of that.
Crazy work.
See, this is just why I just can't trust the dealerships anymore. Look at this. This my car, right? A 2016 BMW.
The era in which Big Meech took his plea represents a change of times. Where it was once frowned upon to take a plea deal in conspiracy cases, more and more people started to do it under the premise that they were just taking their own weight, and the government was working diligently to find ways to conceal the fact that this meant they were cooperating, not just to protect them, but also to keep more people willing to do so. How could one argue that it was wrong when you had certified street bosses like Big Meech doing it and being allowed to walk the yard of the USP compound openly? See, most people look at plea deals and the first thing they look for in terms of cooperation are Rule 35 motions or 5K1 motions. Those are not the only methods of being rewarded for cooperating. One non-traditional way of rewarding cooperation is a Rule 11 C1C plea agreement. Many attorneys recognize and practice this method because it allows them to negotiate a reward with the government. This is a safer method for clients than simply cooperating and leaving it up to the judge whether they did enough to get a Rule 35 or 5K1 motion. And yes, Big Meech did have a Rule 11 C1C plea agreement. Even more telling of the fact that Meech had negotiated a downward departure is the fact that in his pro se 2255 motion filed in 2009,
Wind back just a little bit to the first page.
Stated,
all right, go forward. Nope, go forward. Not go one more. Right there. Now pause that. Nope, go forward. Now play it.
1C plea agreement.
All right, yeah, go back.
Even more telling of
just a little bit to the first, just hit play. And when he talk about
because it allows them to negotiate a reward with the government. This is a safer method for clients than simply cooperating and leaving it up to the judge whether they did enough to get a Rule 35 or 5K1 motion. And yeah.
All
right. There it is right there for everybody. Go up a little bit more.
Yes, Big Meech.
Right there. There y'all go, right there. That's his imprisonment. He did 11C, 1C. That's what he did. He told. That was his imprisonment.
Whew. This guy's, he was a piece of work, wasn't he?
So what you think, Twiz?
You did 20 years?
Yeah. He did 19. No, it'd be 20 years.
20 years sentence?
No, he's still doing time. He'd be offered his 20 years be in March or something like that. His 20 years was in March or November.
He did over at the.
Nah, he only did 19, bro.
Everybody's saying he didn't do his whole time, his whole 30.
He did. He only did 19 so far. It'd be 20 in November, right?
Yeah, hold on. Let me look. Hold on.
Shit, confusing.
Big Screech. Big Screech.
Yeah, he did 16 years.
Now he did 90 because he got locked up in 2000.
Bro, you asked me to pull it up. I just pulled it and said he did 16. I don't know. I just pulled it up online.
Remember. All right, 16. He got locked up in 2005. He got sentenced in 2000. He copped out in 2007. 2007 will be 18 years right now, right? And then they gave him the 2000. Gave him to 2000.
So he was sentenced December 17th of 2008, but we know that's not right because the paperwork said 2007. On the internet it say 2008, but that paperwork just said December. It was December 2007.
Yeah.
That's why. So the internet lying for him. So I don't know.
Yeah. What I'm saying is he did because he got locked up in 2005. I remember he got locked up in 2005 because I was still in Atlanta at the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even land until 2007.
Yeah, but listen to what they were saying was when he went to charge and he finally was sentenced. He wasn't sentenced till 2007.
I know, but they give you the 2 years as time served.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I just know what they said. He didn't, like the man said in this video, he didn't sign his name to nothing and agree to nothing until 2007. So whatever good time there was probably was the telling. They probably was the telling that he got was his good time. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? For the 2 years. Because it was 5 people. We thought it was J-Bo and them that was in there. They talking about 5 other dudes. We need to find out who the 5 other dudes that were supposed to go to court where he told Southwest T to plead guilty. So then all the other 5 dudes would be connect because he told them that he was just the assistant. Southwest T was the man. So by T admitting, pleading guilty, now everybody would blame T because T was the plug, allegedly, how he played it.
All right, that's the rest of it. This is crazy, yeah.
Each did have a Rule 11 C1C plea agreement. Even more telling of the fact that Meech had negotiated a downward departure was the fact that in his pro se 2255 motion filed in 2009, he himself stated that his lawyer had promised him that he would only get 20 years. Meech also took this opportunity to pretty much blame everything that was going on his brother, denying any involvement and saying that if he was guilty of anything, it was just being the brother of Terry Flannery.
That's
with guidelines range of 30 years to life. I
told you that. That's what I've been trying to tell you the whole time. That was the thing. Like he the one. He the one got everybody looking at his brother crazy. This is crazy work, bro.
Yo, Twins, did you hear that, bro?
Yeah, but on the low, I don't know if people was paying attention. He actually been said that. He did that when he did that phone interview, bro. He was blaming everything on his brother on that phone interview that joint from years ago. If you listen to it, he was on the joint and he was like, "They didn't catch me with nothing. That was my brother with everything. He the one that was on the tap phone calls and all that. All I was doing was partying, like." So I'm not shocked that he did that because
that's crazy, and that's why I kept. Well, that's Twiz. That's why I kept telling Born. I was like, "Listen, bro, he was the one that was out there doing that. That's why he kept saying I was partying. I was out there. How could I be doing that? But you was the one holding up the famous, infamous poster with the chains and all that. Your brother didn't do that. So now we know you told your brother, look, man, go ahead and plead guilty. They're gonna go ahead and just give you 30 years. They're gonna just give us 30. Well, he took the 30 and he like, man, I need credit because now everybody's gonna blame my brother because I ain't the one. I'm just happen to be a good little brother and
older brother.
Older brother looking out for my brother, and he was the mastermind. That's some cold work. But in the BMF series, it's got him being a baller growing up, doing selling all the dope and buying the cars and stuff.
His brother checking him like, yo, come on, bro, you doing too much.
Thank you. So how is that? If that was in the series, why wouldn't he do that as older? If they said he was the smart kid, he was the kid that didn't even want to even get involved in the shit. So that's why it never made sense to me. And now this makes go back, run that back. What he said about his brother. Play that again.
Yo, I'm about to play right now. Yeah. I'm going right back to right here, yeah.
Like Big Meech doing it and being allowed to walk the yard of the USP compound openly. See, most people look at plea deals and the first thing they look for in terms of cooperation are Rule 35 motions or 5K1 motions. Those are not the only methods of being rewarded for cooperating. One non-traditional way of rewarding cooperation is a Rule 11 C1C plea agreement. Many attorneys recognize and practice this method because it allows them to negotiate a reward with the government. This is a safer method for clients than simply cooperating and leaving it up to the judge whether they did enough to get a Rule 35 or 5K1 motion. And yes, Big Meech did have a Rule 11 C1C plea agreement. Even more telling of the fact that Meech had negotiated a downward departure was the fact that in his pro se 2255 motion filed in 2009, he himself stated that his lawyer had promised him that he would only get 20 years. Meech also took this opportunity to pretty much blame everything that was going on his brother, denying any involvement and saying that if he was guilty of anything, it was just being the brother of Terry Flannery. With a guidelines range of 30 years to life, why would Meech be expecting less than 30? Now, before I move on to Tammy Cowens, I want to say that based on what I see and have here in front of me, Meech had already signed on to be a cooperator in 2007. So for everybody asking where his cooperation agreement is, this is it. The statute governing Meech's plea agreement was Rule 11 C1C. This is not a plea agreement that everybody gets. Meech was given this type of plea agreement as a reward for his cooperation and agreeing to admit specifically to supervising 5 people named in the indictment and to being personally involved in at least 3 transactions. Being in this type of plea gave Meech the leverage to negotiate the life sentence off the table and limiting his sentence to between 20 and 30 years. Because Meech had this plea agreement already locked in since 07, he didn't have to sign a new agreement or create new terms once Tammy came along. He only had to put her to work. Enter 2012. Big Meech business partner and owner of His Life Rights, who is also working as a confidential informant, Tammy Cowens, contacts the DEA and informs them of an arrangement that Meech has put together between the individual he was just recently incarcerated with and his longtime friend, Cuffy Gatlin. Cuffy, completely unsuspecting because he and Meech are friends and also because the government did such a good job of covering up Meech through the paperwork, indulges. Throughout this arrangement, Tammy is documenting the calls between Cuffy and the other individual so as to add credibility to her information. Cuffy eventually gets indicted, and through litigation, details emerge that the confidential source on Cuffy's case is Tammy. Tammy is now upset with her FBI handlers because they assure her that her name would not be exposed. She contacts Meech and tells him her cover is blown, and he responds by saying he don't want his name in it. Never once reaches out to Cuff to disassociate himself, and never actually cuts Tammy off or reprimanded her for destroying his friendship with Cuff. In retaliation for being exposed, she contacts Cuffy's attorney and tells him that the agents lied in their probable cause affidavits and exposes some of their own underhand practices. Cuffy files a motion to suppress, and all of that information that Tammy possesses comes out on record, and we find ourselves here. I think the biggest lesson to be learned in this situation is that the streets don't love nobody.
All right, now I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. When I caught that bank robbery charge and they the state let me go, the feds picked me up like 3 days later. As soon as they got me, and they pulled up pictures when I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? And they was like, "Do you know this guy right here?" I was like, "Nah, I don't know who this guy is at all." They was like, "I got multiple pictures together. So you don't know him?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm a bodyguard. Everybody take pictures. I'm big, you know what I mean?" Well, they was like, "Well, we got a $500,000 reward out for him. Whoever find where he at, we'll get that to him." But fair play dirty, bro. Got a $500,000 reward for this guy because he was a kingpin He's originally from Jersey. He grew up in Philly, and he moved to Charlotte.
Right.
So he tried to get me, have me in interrogation room, right? We'll make all this go away. We'll clear your record up. They won't even have a record. I'm like, nah, man, I don't get down like that. Let me do my time. You know what I mean? I ain't beat.
Yeah,
But Meech.
Yeah, that whole thing with that Meech thing, when I heard that, I'm like, man, that is crazy work, bro. It's crazy work because everybody, your brother almost got his ass killed in prison because of your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't
You said Southwest, but hold up. But we can't take Southwest T out of it because he allowed his wife to snitch on everybody too, bro. Both
Yeah,
of them
but
niggas
I'm just saying that you saying a lot. What I'm saying is wife did tell he the one that's got played in the middle from her and from his brother. Like I said again, at the end of the day, the man is in documentation saying that he's telling. Like, I don't know what else to say. If it's 11C, 1C is what it is, that's what it is.
And yo, Twiz, you hear this shit though, bro? Is this shit messy as hell, bro?
My whole thing is, I don't be understanding how people be running these streets and doing certain things and don't know what the consequences is, bro. I already heard one brick they can try to hit you with, like, just for one brick. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these people be doing all this running around, then they get booked, and then they want to wake up after they get booked.
But you guys also think about too. Southwest T, Big Meech, and a lot of them BMF, they never have went to prison or jail before they got indicted for this federal shit.
But you gotta also remember, they was dealing with 3,000 people. Like, they had people everywhere. You can't do nothing in the streets with a group of 7 people and trust that whole 7 circle. I don't care if you grew up together or not, because when it's a choice between you and them, they're gonna throw you under the bus. And the one that stands sturdy gonna always get the rough end of the stick. He the one that's gonna miss out in his kid's life and all of that. When other people going, they gonna cut off your legs and everything. So it's crazy. Like, and for them to be dealing with that many people, and he was broadcasting it too. God Fisher stood tall, didn't he?
Yup. Did them for 40 years, bro.
Nope, nobody did it better than Frank Matthews, man. Frank Matthews is the GOAT.
That's why I always say that's why they'll never make movies like that based on those real life characters versus you'll never see a Chuck, because again, these type of people, they stood tall. You know what I'm saying? Versus every one of these, from the Frank Lucas to the BMFs to the whatever, you know what I'm saying? White Boy Rick, and all that shit, dog. They make these movies and glorify what? All these, they claim they were so street, but they was telling. Like, that's crazy to me. Like I said again.
Yeah.
Anton White, like I said, man, it's a lot of people that they come out there and they turn around. And then, like I said, the paperwork is there. My thing is, you're right. He got an ankle monitor on. How the hell is he going to be? He's not an entertainer.
He took a safety valve.
He did Anton White did 3 decades. Now, who? Anton White, who was that?
From DC.
From DF.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I understand that, but who claimed him as, he is a public figure. Yes, he was making money, but we fail to realize he was detached. Yes, he was by 50, but he wasn't by, meaning as in Lil Meech was the one that was funneling the money because he didn't want no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? It was just business transaction, but you hanging out, man, I ain't going to go do no parties and kicking it with him, man. I ain't pulling nothing. Why would you pull out anything illegal around this thing? The feds watching him now. They're going to watch him for the rest of his life if he wasn't telling. So,
yo, I want you to see something real quick, yo. And yo, this is guy say he bodyguard for 50. He used to be a bodyguard for BMF back in the day. I want y'all to listen to this nigga real quick, man. This clown ass nigga. Yo, bro, I'm listening to him, bro. Like I said, I was in Atlanta at the time. The nigga from Detroit. So how would you bodyguard for Meech? You was in Detroit, he was in Atlanta. I'm not understanding that. I never seen this nigga before in my life. Well, check this out. Tell me you ever seen this nigga before. Here we go, right here.
So 50, when he was reporting to Meech and, you know, Southwest T, you know, that's Meech brother. When he was reporting the statistics and the money basically to them about what was going on with the BMF series that he created, right? They wasn't feeling it. In fact, Southwest T contacted me. He was like, hey, yo, Tone, man, I need to holler at you. I said, what's up, T? You know, I call him T, you know, that Terrence, that's Meech's brother. I said, what's up, T? He said, hey, man, Big Tone, man, I need for you to keep it real with me. I said, what's up? He was like, you know, man, you go all the way back, man. We, you know, even though you was bodyguard for Meech, but, you know, you always kept it solid with me. I said, what's up, T? What's going on, man? He said, listen, your boy Fifth, man, he been showing us these statistics and this about how much money being made, and it ain't adding up. I'm like, what you mean it ain't added up? He like, because, man, I ain't gonna say how much, you know, 50 was breaking Southwest T and Meech off. I ain't gonna put their business out there, but you know, they generating all these millions, and we basically getting pennies, man, and I'm not feeling that.
Yo, this is dude, right? They say he bodyguard for Meech, 50 Cent, all that. This is dude to say he bodyguard for Meech, Southwest T, fucking 50 Cent. All they say, he said, I call all his videos. He said, yo, I call Fifth, you know what I'm saying? That's my man, I call him Fifth. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Fifth don't say that to me when I want a bodyguard. He said, well, I want a bodyguard. I can bodyguard for Rick Ross. What I want a bodyguard for? I'm like, yo, nigga, I don't believe that shit because we know how Fifth is. 50 is not letting you. Hey, yo, it's Seth Records. I know, bro. I'm just clowning this nigga right now. Yo, well, I'm saying, I'm like, yo, this nigga is a clown, bro. Yo, oh, Fifth and this felt like, yo, nigga, knock it off, bro. Stop playing. But yo, I see the black and white proof, but let me finish playing it real quick. Hold on. Yo, tell me how crazy that shit is, bro.
Well, you acting like he's a big homie CC.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm also gonna talk about he was gonna how Meech ratted on his brother on the low.
Won't let me go back on there. I keep Googling, there's no sound, and I don't know what the fuck.
Yo, where your computer at, bro?
I'm not even by the computer. You know, it's my birthday. I was sitting over in the living room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I was trying to do the live and shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I was like, when's your birthday? And I was like, I know the phone want me to get on there and shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, yo, bro, let's enjoy yourself, bro. Before we go, let's enjoy yourself, bro. And
I know that, but you don't be, man. I'm just, you know, that's it. Man, by default.
Yeah, facts.
Because I ain't know.
All right, so Twiz, let me know what you think about that situation, bro.
Bro, it's a mess, and You know what you do in the dark, come in the light. But I gotta ask y'all, what y'all think about 50 canceling Meech's show?
Oh man, that shit was beautiful, bruh. That shit was beautiful. Y'all don't think that shit was beautiful?
Bro, he show you the definition of power for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was cutthroat. I can't even lie. Who you think he called? You think he called the venue?
No, I think
I think he had somebody reach out to his PO and like he about to violate. Real rap. I think Meech PO pressed him about that event happening because Meech come home thinking he could do what he want and still, be slick. I think Meech PO probably contacted him like, yo, you can't do that.
Yo, I want y'all. What I want to do, bro. I want y'all niggas to hear these punk ass DC niggas that keep caping for Meech, bro.
Pretty diabolical, yo.
But y'all want y'all to hear these punk ass DC niggas keep caping for Meech. They be trying to diss us up north niggas like crazy, bro. So I'm gonna show y'all. I fuck with old boy. I fuck with Dogface. You know what I'm saying? But some things, bro.
They can't diss us.
There we go. There we go, y'all.
Live on Patreon. This is breaking news. Nobody knows this. They asked
fair use
for the paperwork articulating how he was able to come home early. If you're saying it was the PATH Act, let us see it. If you're saying that you received a time cut from a program that you participated in, let us see it.
Let me see it.
Let us see it.
I got something for that. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm telling you, they were on a phone call with him today, and they asked him to see his paperwork. He didn't produce it. As a result of him not producing it, they decided to not participate in the concert as a whole. Track Talk Blue, you say you got something for this. Come on with it.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Like, so now you say, man, so you telling me them guys that said that his time was cut. So they like, fuck it.
That's not what I said.
Listen, a real nigga, he probably like, nigga.
Hold on.
That ain't what he said. That ain't what he said.
I said that it was a conference call with Big Meech, with every Detroit artist who was scheduled to be on that show today.
Yo, y'all listen to this light skinned nigga.
Questions to him about what was going on. They had concerns.
Y'all watch this light skinned nigga. This light skinned nigga, his name is Trap Talk Blue. This nigga is a straight D-Town gobbler. That nigga be sucking up the world. Check him out.
It was about supporting him in light of everything was going on with them, and they didn't want to put themselves in a position to where they would be judged negatively by supporting him, because most of them was going for free. They wasn't paid. Right. They were doing that as a way to give back to Big Meech because he came home after doing 15, 20 years in prison. So I'm telling you, they were on a conference call with him today, and they asked questions of him about what was going on with all this shit. They wanted some answers straight from him. No middleman, no ambassador, no spokesperson, straight from him.
And they want to know why he came home early, right?
No, that's not what I said, bro. I said they asked Big Meech himself. They were on the call
to see the paperwork. They want to see his paperwork.
Make sure we're on the same page, because when you speaking, I want to make
why
sure
he come home early though.
No. Hey, listen. Are you not listening to me, brother? I'm telling you something that you didn't know. All the Detroit artists who were scheduled to be on that concert today, they were on a conference call with Big Meech. Not you, not me, not Blue Da Vinci, not 50 Cent, not Cuffy, not Boogie, not Detroit Gossip, not Juice. They were on the conference call with him, and they put questions to him because they wanted their questions to be satisfied before they decided to converge on the concert in Miami. And they walked away. That conversation ended with those gentlemen not being satisfied with Meech's response to their questions. So therefore, they didn't show up to the concert because they were not satisfied after having a private conversation. They were all on the phone together as a collective on the conference call.
All right, well, say that. Don't ask me a question. Well, what was? Listen, the
What do you mean? Hold on, bro.
No. I was asking.
Whoa! I didn't ask you no question, bro. I just gave you some news. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, my bad then. Maybe I'm jumping. I don't know.
What question did I ask you? You said when I said.
Yo, that light-skinned nigga's a smoker, yo. That nigga be smoking. I ain't talking about no purple haze. He be smoking on that crazy ass. Yo, Twigs, let me ask you a question, bro. You listen to Detroit niggas. Watch this light-skinned nigga try to defend me talking about, oh, Cuffy is a rat. Oh, girl's a rat. Me's not a rat.
So now he just trying to shoot from the head. He think he's going. That's what's messed up about these streets today, about this world today.
Mm-hmm.
You said that I have something to add to that. So that's why I started with you.
Okay.
I was just giving y'all the breaking news.
So, all right, go ahead. I'm gonna leave it alone. Go ahead.
No, you ain't got to leave nothing alone. I'm just giving you the news. I didn't ask you a question when I was saying what the breaking news was about the Detroit rappers being on the conference call with Big Meech today, and they put questions to Meech, and they were not satisfied with the answers they got from Meech.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, all right.
And what you think what you think Meech told them on the conference call, or why they didn't perform, Blue?
Well, somebody background going crazy, bro. Who is that?
I don't know, not mine.
Somebody got a TV on.
All right, so I'm ready.
So look, Blue.
What up, baby?
What you think Meech said that wasn't satisfying to their ears, that made them say, I ain't coming to that fucking party?
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna keep listening because I was about to say something.
He obviously told them niggas
Boogie,
that he wasn't showing them the paperwork.
Boogie, are you listening? He said he was about to say something, and what happened?
Nothing. Y'all got it. Go ahead.
We got what? What are you talking about?
Nothing. Go ahead. So you got
Hey, listen, bro. I don't be man. And you start this whole thing off with like an attitude problem, like a motherfucker, like you waiting for a motherfucker to attack you or something. And that I'm tired of that shit right now, right off bail. Now, I start this whole thing off with telling y'all breaking news that I'm sure that y'all didn't know. I'm in the music business for real. I'm in contact with the artists or the managers for real. So I'm not reporting anything to anybody here on this panel that somebody told me. I'm telling y'all what actually happened. The Detroit artists who were scheduled to be a part of that show had a conversation with Big Meech on the conference call, and they put questions to him about his situation and about all this shit going on surrounding his life. And they walked away from that conversation not satisfied with what he said to them about their questions. That's a fact. That's what happened. And as a result, they decided to not participate in the concert. I'm not even saying why. I'm just simply telling you that they were not satisfied with what he said. And when I was telling you that, you said, well, I have something to add to that. I got something that I want to say about that. So ain't nobody stopping you from getting your point across. Nobody stopping you from talking. Let's not start this shit like a motherfucker shutting you down or motherfuckers arguing with you about something because you ain't even said nothing yet.
No, you good? We good. No, keep going. My bad.
That's it.
My bad.
No. There's nothing to be bad about, bro. I'm just simply telling you that's breaking news.
Okay.
So the question now is, and I started with you because I called your name because you said I have something that I want to say about that. So that's why I started with you. No big deal, bro. So come down with your opinion of why the concert didn't happen, because we haven't had any official explanation from the promoters, Big Meech and Rick Ross, about why it didn't happen. They just said it was canceled. So starting with you, Trap Talk Blue, why do you think the concert was canceled? What do you think factored into it being canceled?
I have no clue. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
If you had to guess, what would you say?
50 Cent.
50 Cent don't got no power to cancel no concert in real life, bro. He.
All right, yeah, all right. Come on, man. Come on, yo. Hold up. Look at this. Look at this Dolphin. This Dolphin say this shit. I want y'all to see this shit real quick, bro. No, and Dolphins, I like Dolphins. He be having some good content, yo. But yo, check this out. Let me ask the soul out. Let y'all see what Dollface the Gremlin had to say. It should be Gremlin Face, not Dolphins, Gremlin Face.
He trolling when he's him about their questions. That's a fact. That's okay. Let's not start this shit like a motherfucker shutting you down.
You really got a dog face.
If you had to guess, what would you say?
50 Cent.
50 Cent don't got no power to cancel no concert in real life, bro. He trolling when he say that. 50 Cent is not a concert promoter. He don't got no power to stop no shit like that.
All right. Yo, Twiz. Hold on. Fuck that, bro.
That's how dumb people is. When you gotta realize that these people that hold these venues, that be having these type places, you mean to tell me if 50 don't reach out to them, if 50 reach out to them, that they not going to listen to what 50 saying? They gonna want that relationship.
Bruh. These dudes are retarded as hell, bruh. These dudes are retarded, bruh. These nigga, you don't got the power to cancel no venues. But I bet you 50 do. I bet you 50 do.
This $39 TV antenna is taking the world by storm. And
hold up. Somebody just popped in. Hold on. Who was that? The hood blogger. Okay. Your Twiz.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Can y'all hear me now?
We hear you.
Yeah, I was saying he crazy. 50, bro.
Here are five reasons why
venues. You mean to tell me if you run in a venue and 50 directly get in contact with you, you're gonna want to keep that slot open with 50, that relationship, even if he don't ever come to your joint. But 50 definitely powerful enough to get that type stuff done.
Let's think about this. 50 sell out stadiums. He get $1 million a show, no matter where he go. Right? Rick Ross, he do club appearances, bruh. That nigga ain't no 50. So 50 said, I'm not fucking with this nigga, man. Keep this nigga off the venue. What they gonna do?
The thing is, regardless, because it's people that that like Rick Ross music. Rick Ross definitely got some slaps. I ain't gonna knock him, but
that Rick Ross is whack as hell, bro. I never liked his music. Listen, bro. I bought 3 Rick Ross. Hold up. I'm keeping that stack, bro. I brought 3 Rick Ross. No, bro, listen, bro. No, it's not, bro. I brought 3 Rick Ross albums. Each album had 2 hitters on it to me. Yeah, I can listen to the whole Rick Ross album, and I'm keeping it real.
Anything after Get Rich or Die Trying, I couldn't listen to a whole 50 album.
Man,
you had people like Banks. You had people like Banks running it, but that whole mixtape era, 50 was definitely doing all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying, he was murking it then. But we ain't going to trip like Ross ain't got no hits. Ross definitely got hits.
Ross got all Ross hits come from motherfucking the light skinned boy from Canada.
I don't know about that. I
Bro,
don't
I'm
know.
telling you.
But Rick Ross can definitely do a show. I'm just saying he's not as
Ross got
powerful
1 or 2
in the
hits.
industry as 50.
And BMF. That's it. Yo, but that's crazy though. Yo, imagine Rick Ross canceled the show.
Oh, they say Jay-Z and Diddy case is dismissed for the 13-year-old girl. As it should be.
As it should be. Yeah. Everybody
What
talking
Diddy
about
even got to
Jay-Z
do
did
with
this,
that? I
Jay-Z
don't
did
think
that.
Diddy even had nothing to do with that.
No, she said Diddy and Jay-Z. She tried to file charges of both of them, bro.
Oh, I thought the lawsuit was just against Hov.
Nah, it was against Diddy and Hov. She said they raped her. They ran a train on her.
At 13.
Yeah. What I was saying is,
Crazy.
50's first 3 albums. Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's my favorite album. And the
Massacre was fire. And even Curtis was dope, bro. Everybody said because Kanye sold about the first week. You look at the long haul, the Curtis album sold way more than Kanye album sold, bro. You can pull it up.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Go ahead.
Was Kendrick Not Like Us overrated, or do y'all feel like it's
I think that's what I'm talking
about. No, I'm not saying you think it was hot.
I'm talking about diss songs. And diss songs, it was hype, bro, because that's just overrated, man. I heard better diss songs. I heard No Vaseline, bro.
Do you put it in the top 5 diss tracks of all time?
No, hell no.
I agree with you. Now, do you think his Super Bowl was the best Super Bowl appearance of all time? Because I don't know if they said that it was second. They trying to say it was second to Michael Jackson, or they was trying to say he ended up passing Michael Jackson. Do y'all agree with that?
No, I think it was the Michael Jackson Super Bowl. Then it was the Janet Jackson Super Bowl, and with her Justin Timberlake.
That Super Bowl.
Hold on. And then it was the
trash,
and then it was the I see Janet Jackson. Yo, bro, shut up. I see Janet Jackson titty. I don't need that. And the third one where they had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige. Come on, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Unapologetically black. Listen, now we about to get into it. That's what I love. And salute to Kendrick because he doing his thing. But what I am going to say is we cannot discredit our icons, bro. The icons that did it. You could never, ever. Kendrick is not even 3 below Michael Jackson. Listen. If you pull up Kendrick's Super Bowl performance, see the crowd reaction. Yo, if you pull up Michael Jackson Super Bowl performance, bro,
come on, man.
Listen, bro, when Michael Jackson came out, bro, he flew out the floor, bro. He stood there for about 10 minutes, didn't say nothing. They was going crazy, bro. He didn't even say a word out of his mouth. He looked to the right. They was out there screaming, going crazy.
Hold on. Sorry, so this thing said Apology Black said No Vaseline wasn't a top 10 Billboard. Check no. It was a top 5 diss song. Fuck the Billboard. Kendrick Lamar would have been on Billboard back in the day with Ice Cube. Yo. Hold on. Parcel. God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all. Used to be hard, now you just went for so. First you was down with the AK. Now I see you in the video with Miss L.A.
Let me say this, Born. You want to know why No Vaseline wasn't on the top 10 billboards? Because they wasn't really doing that with diss tracks like that back then. They wasn't even prepared for that type of stuff. It was a whole different era. Like nowadays, if you see how they be having rappers, a rapper can have a run for like 2 years, and they be like, oh, I outsold this, or they do the billboards, they do the numbers game crazy. It wasn't like that back in the day. And Mike is a different beast, but I was saying that's exactly why it shouldn't be no comparison. That's just it don't make no sense.
Hey, hold on. I want to talk about this track, yo. Twins. Your top 5 diss tracks of all time, bro. Let's get it real quick.
Hit them up. Ether. No Vaseline. Oh, hold up. I need 2 more.
Back down.
Oh, yeah, you always do. No, you know what I'm going to put over back down? Listen, you just reminded me. It's not even back down for me. It had to be Officer Ricky.
Officer Ricky. Oh yeah, you did say that before.
And you know why I give it to Officer Ricky is because on Officer Ricky, not only was he going at him, but this is at a time when
Hold on, pause out. Somebody said Easy-E discs were better than Ice Cube discs. Easy-E didn't write his own music, so his disc is better. Now get out of here. This guy crazy, bro. Easy even write for himself.
What, that real motherfucking G?
I do like that real G joint, or that joint do hit, but I heard he ain't right for himself though. But he was definitely good at delivering it.
They taught him how to deliver
Cam
it.
used to be going in on people. Remember when Cam went that whole said he looked like the Campbell from off the pack of the cigarettes?
Oh man, yo,
Yo,
Cam
you know
used
what I
to be
like though?
snapping.
I like Pimp C's this to what was that dude?
Yo, hold up. Y'all want to keep a $150? How to rob? He did 50 Cent this the whole industry, bro. He did how to rob. He did the whole industry, bro. Niggas want to fight him over that shit.
Listen,
he got shot after that, no?
Yeah, basically.
Yo, that Kendrick and Drake back and forth, that was like the working class back and forth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick work at Radio Shack and Drake work at Walmart. That to me wasn't considered no diss track. Like
that was nah.
They gassed it up, and that joint was super collie right there. Y'all gassing that Kendrick joint up.
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
hold up. First of all, to me, the Drake first diss track was better than that Kendrick Lamar diss track, bro. His first diss track Drake dropped, we did Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar. That was better than Drake. Kendrick Lamar diss track to me.
Pusha T diss track to Drake was serious. People was hating on that. They was hating on it. And you had Jay Prince in there saying, no, you're getting carried away. Because the stuff that Pusha T was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, if you're from Cali, I can see why you would love that. To me, that's just a super California joint right there. That diss track was super Cali. See, I just come from the, you know, like the Locks versus Rockefeller. That's what I consider back and forth like that. That's where the momentum was at, where you had two groups that was on the same type time. Everybody was from the streets.
Man.
Yeah,
Hold up, yo. Hold up. Or even that nigga Cannabis. We just LL Cool J second round knockout.
Nah, Cannabis guy is food 8.
That second round knockout was better. All LL Cool J songs, bro. 50 Cent wrote that diss track for LL Cool J. That 4 3 2 1.
4 3 2 1, yeah. That shit.
50 Cent wrote that shit, bro.
50 Cent wrote it?
Yeah, bro. 50 Cent wrote a lot of LL songs, bro. He wrote a lot of Diddy songs, but he used to write for niggas back in the day because niggas didn't want to put him on, but they let him write for him. Am I lying, Twist?
Yeah, that's a fact. I heard that. I heard that.
I guess.
Yeah. And I think they only let, you know, they let certain people, they push them diss tracks to certain people because it was people going at Drake, but it didn't take off like Kendrick, John.
No.
So I guess because it was the history and all of that.
Yeah, but like I said, bro, if y'all want to talk about it, I smell pussy. Is that you, Irv?
Yeah.
I smell pussy. Is that you, Ja?
Listen. Yeah, I'm tripping though. 50 got them smacks. Remember the joint they all for sale? He was
Officer Ricky.
He was smacking them Johns.
Yo, hold up. Even Piggy Bank, bro.
Yeah.
Even Piggy.
No, but one thing we can say about 50 is he had the vision.
This Jadakiss Common Ninja Turtle.
he had the, from his generation and the ones that was a little before him, he had the vision and he understood that rap was going to die for that generation, that 106 in Park ever. That's when he started doing, like, he did Get Rich or Die Trying. And it's another movie that people don't talk about.
That one when he was a
the name
cancer
of it.
patient. The one
Oh
who's a
no, that's a
cancer
good
patient.
joint. You talking about the football joint? Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
joint. But it's another one, bro. It's called, I forgot what it's called, but what it is, like it be these people.
Well, he's the cop, right? When he's the cop, when he's the dirty cop.
No, I'm talking about the joint where they kidnap all these people, bro, and then they have them all in this. They take them all to this building, and the people don't know what's going on, why they got snatched up. Come to find out, it's a bunch of billionaires, and they be like betting on the people like they had a horse race, and they give everybody a revolver and put one in the head. Everybody got to spin the barrel, and they be in the circle. They got to stand behind you. So it's like you all be in the circle. Whoever in front of you, you got to put the ratchet to their head, and then you just squeeze. Whoever the last person standing is the one that win. That joint is crazy. A lot of people don't talk about that movie. 50 had wrote that joint too. That was, of course, before the power wave and all that. Yeah, facts. Unapologetically black. That's a good joint right there.
They said, what we think
I
about
think it's
Big
called
Meech?
7.
Yo,
7, yeah, 7.
They said they call him Big.
50 should end the season though, just to put the icing on the cake. You know, if you feel.
Yo, hold on.
That was definitely a good movie. Listen, me and Born, we was talking about. I mean to cut you off, Born. What was you saying?
Yo, he asked, what y'all think about Big Meech? Big Meech is a bona fide rat, bro. We just put all this paperwork out there. There's no way you can get around being a rat. He can get around being a rat, bro.
Do y'all think it make things better? Do y'all think it make things worse as far as the message? Because bad enough, these you know, the message need to be out there that the streets not worth it.
When did you find out he was a rat? You think?
Yo, 50.
I think
50 fell.
50 a chest
He fell out 2021. After he signed that BMF deal, I believe Tabby. That's what that nigga Btbtv started talking about it. 2021.
I think 50 knew before that. But regardless of the fact, he knew why he was running that show. He just knew, like 50 gonna have something over your head for people like that. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. I think he kind of, you know what I'm saying? I think he kind of assessed it. He knew what type person Meech was. Look at how Meech was before he got locked up. He was, you know, he's not the type of guy that be like, I'm not going to try to do business with them because my man beefing with him. He think he gonna be able to be a mediator, do business with everybody, and everybody come together. But you know, it's a different day and time, and there's a lot more money out here now.
Yeah, hold up.
More money out here now in the world than just in the streets.
Yeah, Unapologetic Black say 50 broke down the BMF brand like a fold-up chair less than a week. Yo,
that's messed up, bro.
Then we gotta look at it like this: with him canceling the show.
Meech still could come back though if he does another that.
No, Meech can't come back, bro.
Meech can't come back because he got to deal with probation.
You gotta show that he didn't rap.
Meech can't do nothing unless Meech had to start talking spicy like he was on them Smack DVDs. He had to have 20 BMF guys behind him. He gonna have to do that whole wave.
First of all, and that shit, know why that shit can't happen? Because 50 didn't rock with that nigga before Big Meech was in jail. Big Meech was looking for 50. He kept asking Young Buck, you know, why your man 50 don't mess with me? 50 knew that nigga was going to jail. He's like, I ain't fuck with that nigga, man.
Y'all think 50 gonna take that BMF chain back?
The one he bought for himself or the one he bought for Little Meech?
the one Little Meech walking around with, and he let his pop put up. Listen, y'all saw the post where 50 was like, man, come on, get a baby his chain back. Because he walking around with Little Meech.
Yo, 50 bought that chain for Little Meech. Little Meech said buy that chain, man. Everybody think, well, 50 said, I get it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, bro. Yes, he did.
That was part of the show. That was part of the show series. That was like that's like when you sign a rapper and all that. That chain came from 50. 50 the one that was able to get it created and all of that. 50, you gotta remember.
How much that chain cost? That looked like at least $500,000 to $1 million.
It was 500,000.
It could be, but look at how many millions he made with 50 and blew all of that.
No, but hold up. Check this out. What people don't know is 50 gave the family $5 million for the rights. That ain't what he paid Lil Meech. We paid Lil Meech. Lil Meech got paid a salary like the rest of the actors.
So what, you think Lil Meech is broke right now?
No, Lil Meech ain't broke. But Big Meech, he's greedy. He's money hungry.
So who spent the $5 million?
Bro, Lil Meech, you gotta remember, if Lil Meech made $5 million already, bro, what was it, season 3 or something like that?
This season 4. Season 4 coming up.
Season 4. So he a young guy, bro. $5 million is not hard to blow. When these guys is out here, you just said that chain alone was like half a ticket. They go crazy in the jewelry stores, Lambos, all that. Their deli, like how they live, the lifestyle, they flush it. Because he's sitting up. It's like how you have a job and you might burn your check. You're like, all right, I get paid again Friday. It's cool. So that's how them guys be looking. You gotta remember, Little Meech is not a hustler. See, Big Meech is with them saying he a hustler. So how Big Meech would have dealt with that money is different. And then whatever money he got left, you know, he had to check his pop off.
Probably trying to keep up with 50, you know? And
well, that's impossible.
No, but what I'm saying is 50 gave the family $5 million for the life rights.
So what happened with the money? Where the money at? Where the money on? You know what I'm saying?
Well, his family, we don't see his family, so they probably still got it. You know what I mean? And he came home and got it checked. Big Meech ain't broke, but his credibility is broke, so that's bad.
Yeah. He messed up his son's whole career by standing next to Rick Ross. He thought Rick Ross told him, like, you see how he distance fool 50? He can't do nothing about it. We're gonna do the show. As soon as they did that show, 50 made that call, right? Next thing you know, none of the rappers was like, ah, man. Yo, bro, I listened to some of these young rappers on interviews. They was like, that nigga Meech ain't loyal. 50 did too much for his son and his family for him to do that. I watch YouTube, bro. I see that shit, bro.
Yeah, that was that's why I think there's something else. There must be something. That'd be crazy. Like, just to like, because your son's making pure paper. Why would you do that? Like, I don't know.
But you gotta think about it too. Check this out. Tammy Cowens, she got recordings.
You got recordings, yeah? Oh, she recorded niggas too.
Only thing about the documentary, they gonna definitely pull red off of it, but they're not gonna pull as much off if they would have continued with BMF. Like I was talking to you before.
Like listen. I think 50 before he had to get a life right, I think 50 gonna do a BMF movie. He's gonna put new actors in it.
It ain't gonna hit the same. People gonna be tired of Meech.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same, bro.
Yeah, people gonna be tired of Meech by the summer, bro.
Dog. Nobody's gonna want to see a BMF movie.
Yeah, they gonna be tired of Big Meech by the summer. It's like when Dame said he gonna do the Paid in Full 2 after Outpo then got, you know what I'm saying, got tightened up. Like it don't hit the same. Like I said, he should have kept doing the BMF series. He shouldn't have said nothing. He should have ended that last season off.
Well, Meech
expose everything. Have him meeting with the CI, put all that. It would have caught everybody off guard. Because he would have had people tuned in the whole time. He would have still got his return on investment. And on top of that, he could really pay Lil Meech and all them whatever he want. He could be like, it's getting tighter now. I'm not pushing this through stars no more. You dig what I'm saying? I'm paying all of this out my own pocket.
But 50 got his own studio, bro. He got Tyler Perry studio in Shreveport. 50 gonna make money regardless. Because motherfucker want to use the studio to do movies there.
Yeah. Yeah, but it definitely like I said, by the summertime, bro, people before this, by the time the summertime, people ain't even gonna want to hear nothing about Meech. Because between now and the spring, it's gonna be so much stuff popping up on him. It's gonna be like, all right, like we already know he told this and that. It's like trying to still say Alpo told. It's like it's all right that his best he better take the Alpo effect and be like, I did what I had to do.
Yo, hold on. Booker T said, he said 50 turned
I don't know. I
that
don't see
Meech TV off. He turned Meech TV off. Yeah, he did.
Meech should have had knowledge that that stuff was going to be public. He coming out here like it's sweet. He probably figured because they couldn't pull it up in jail that nobody in the streets could get it.
Niggas in the streets get a lot of shit, bro. That's why we understand these dudes. Detroit mad at Meech.
I think Meech had issues with Detroit though.
But yo, a lot of Detroit
Even when
niggas
he was home.
Yo, hold up. I want to show you something right now. Hold up. I want you to see this, bro. Cause I'm pissed off. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I want you to see this shit, man. This country ass nigga, he's still defending rats. Hold up. He defended Apple all the time.
Who defended Apple?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Apple.
This nigga, hold up.
You on dope or dog food?
Let me see videos. This nigga, he said Cuffy was a rat. Hold up 1 second. Here we go. I want y'all to see this shit.
For Debate TV.
Yeah. I see it, right?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Did you know that Amazon has a $50 million fund that they have to pay out every month? And here's how you can get a cut of it.
You.
April of 2008, Btbtv was sentenced to 5 years and 4 months in federal prison. Blue claimed that Meech presented himself as only being involved in the music industry, and it wasn't until way later that he found out about the cocaine part of the business. That's a lie. He said that he didn't show him the other side of his world in terms of all the cocaine trafficking, and he did his 5 years. He got released in 2011.
The caption reads, "Paperwork speaks louder than anyone's lies or twisted false truth. If someone from your crew debriefed or cooperated with the government, is that considered snitching? We don't know about this new generation, but in ours, that's a wrap." BMF co-founder Dexter Sosa Hussey would explain during the Vlad TV interview how the counsel for Mr. Safety Valve, also known as Btbtv, Marisha Luton, had written a book detailing how Irma McKnight acquired his safety valve and his willingness to share whatever pertinent information he'd known.
What you said, bro?
I said that almost looked like Big E right there.
That's that nigga up from the Big TV from Detroit. Remember that nigga?
All right. Yeah, I remember now.
This country ass nigga. That nigga chasing another rat. Luke, fucking Big Meech. These rat lovers, they don't change, bro.
Known to the prosecution, and how the release of a smack video featuring Mr. Safety Valve himself was instrumental in the Fed's investigation.
He cooperated. I mean, I didn't say it. It was in Miss Marisha Luton's book, where his own lawyer said, yeah, if there was anything else that we could do, Your Honor, to help you along with this case, my client would be more than willing to cooperate with you all to help you in this investigation. Bottom line is, you didn't take the single plea. You went in and was giving them information on shit that they already had and thought it was cool, but you still that was part of that. You just confirmed other shit that the other CIs just done told. Plus, you did a smack.
All right, y'all. We all know Dexter Sosa Hussey is a what they call him? A bona fide penis gobbler. And that nigga up for Debate TV, he's a bona fide penis gobbler. This nigga been sucking rats off since the Chinese restaurant stopped taking him in for fucking General Tso's chicken.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact. Yeah, that boy right there, he out of pocket. I don't know how he walk around Detroit.
Because most of the Detroit niggas, they love their rap. You a rap from Detroit? You're not a rap. Somebody lying on you.
No, they get busy out
man.
Detroit. At least that new breed of young boys out there, they don't be playing
Hope
that.
it ain't like that, for real.
Them young boys be snapping out Detroit.
You know what I'm saying is, think
I
about
heard
the old
Trick
niggas.
is the biggest gangster of Detroit. Trick.
Is what?
He's the biggest gangster of Detroit.
Man, I smack the shit out of Trick, nigga. Stop playing with me, bro. That nigga no fucking gangster.
Trick or OG. You gotta remember, it's like talking about Dre Prince from you know what I'm saying, Houston or whatever.
But Jay, bro, you got forgot live in Houston, man. Bro, you forgot live in Houston. Jay Prince was a fucking pussy. His brother was the gangster, bro. I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't just say shit because I say it, man. I say shit because I can back my shit up, right? Jay Prince was a fucking pussy. I smacked the shit out of Whack 100. Trick. No, hold up. Trick.
Boys
Why
going on his ride.
Yo, where do you think Trick got his name from? Because he tricked. He tricked on them dirty crackheads.
Didn't you beat up Suge Knight one time?
Nah, I never beat up Suge Knight, nigga. I met Suge Knight 2 times. I never got into a Suge Knight. Suge Knight was I like Suge Knight, bro. All these niggas talk about Suge Knight. I like Suge Knight, bro. Suge Knight was a cool dude.
Boy got all his stories, like.
Yo, I smacked Michael Jordan though. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yo, Twiz. I'm gonna ask you a question,
Yeah,
Twiz.
Jordan would have sued you.
Sue me for what, nigga? I would have sued him. I would have smacked him and I would have fell talking about it. He punched me in the face. No, but I'm gonna ask you a question though, man. Why is this nigga up for Btbtv still compromises himself for rats, bro?
That just let you know, bro, if he had the opportunity to work for somebody or get somebody, he would do it. It's crazy, bro. I don't understand it. It's crazy, bro.
But yo, man, check this out, man. We be up here 2 hours, man. We're about to get off here, man, because everybody phones are messing up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna stress it, man. But I do appreciate you for coming up, and I appreciate Mac Mizzle, man. Yeah, my bros, man. I appreciate Cross.
Sure,
you know
how
what
we carry it. Salute the Cross. Salute the
Yeah,
Mac
man.
Boy, I know how we carry it.
You know what I'm saying? And even the niggas that disappeared, we was in the middle of a show. Salute to him, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that gay shit, bro, nigga. You should just be like, oh, yo, I gotta go. You just jumped off because it wasn't a 200, 300, 400 people like a Julie is. You know what I'm saying? Knock it off, nigga. It's a new algorithm, man. Yo, to all you whole niggas out there, I smack niggas for fun. Believe me. I'll come stand on your porch, spit in your face, and smack blood out your mouth. This is how I get down, man. I'm old now, so I'm only rumbling like 2 or 3 minutes. Hey, yo, we rebuilding Btbtv, man. Salute, God, man. Appreciate you coming up, man. For everybody else, it's the King of New Jersey. It's Btbtv. We bully the bullies. Hey, yo, Twiz, don't hang up. I'm about to call you. We bully the bullies, yo. Like I said, we ain't no Bloods or no Crips. We doing our own thing. Btbtv just started its own. Like, nigga, wow.